come up on the PAL program, we get one lunch. But take a COVID, the PAL program they on pause. And my mother not have it to give me lunch money. So I just go in a little corner and drink my water and go on my next class.
Delano is very persistent. Everything he tries to do, he do it to the best of his ability.
So how is it like growing this young man?
It was not very hard because he learned very quickly, and when you tell him to do things, he just do it. Like he understand things from he was a little bit younger. It wasn't too hard.
So I tell everybody at school, hope the rain will fall, because if rain fall, man now wait to cook. Because it's an outdoor kitchen and they make out of wood and bamboo and a dirt floor. So as soon as the rain start fall, all are in there wet up, and because of dirt floor, you get mucky and slippery, and enough time mother almost drop in there. And she have a bad foot, so if she drop, you know, good fear. See that as soon as the place black up, mother run go cook. No matter how early it be. If I even 12 o'clock, she run go cook. So because of that, sometimes go to bed without dinner. Because rain falls, so she couldn't get to cook. So if that happen, and she have sweetie, she give one sweetie and say, suck on this till tomorrow. If that not happen, and she have little sugar, she will give you and make sugar and water and go out with bed.
I have a bad foot. I was in grade 6 and I was to graduate next year, and this year I took sick and I spent 9 months and 3 weeks in the hospital. I was in a wheelchair. I leave from a wheelchair to the 2 walking stick, and then I start physiotherapy and start walking without the sticks. But now I was much lean to one side than I am right now. So it kind of affect my back. Some more time my back hurt real bad. Sometimes the foot swell. I can't put it on the ground, nor in any shoes.
Enough time I have 2-3 months to not eat meat. So in time mother cook food, she just fry up onion and garlic and I fry meat that. Other time she steam rice, she give it with bun oil. But I don't make it bother me, because I know that she don't have it. That's why I have to do my best at school and come take her out of the circumstances there.
I've known Delano Tucker for 5 years. I taught him in grade 7 as a grade coordinator for grade 8. During those times, I made sure I met Delano and I know so much more about him. I realized that Delano is having serious financial challenges. As a grade, we assisted him, and then Delano went on to grade 9, where he's now passed on to the other coordinators. But Delano continued with me as an agricultural science teacher. When it was time to do CSEC examination, Delano showed interest in my subject, and of course, I know that Delano would do well. And he did well. He got 1 for agricultural science double award and with straight A profile. An excellent student. But when we were doing the business plan, usually before the lockdown, the students would come to the home economics lab at school and they'll prepare their different products and so on. This time the students were asked to take, because they slaughter their meat, their chicken, they'll take the part of the chicken they need to create their business plan. Then I was interested in making chicken foot soup. And all the students, everybody know when they send their pictures, they were cooking their stuff on the gas stove using their blenders and so on. And when Delano sending his pictures, Delano was cooking in his outside kitchen, and I cried. I went to the vice principal first. I showed her the pictures. I called the moderator and I said, are you sure I can use these pictures in my student SBA? She said yes. He was in his outside kitchen, yes, on the wood fire, cooking his soup. When it was time for him to present his soup, I'm looking out to say, okay, I'm gonna get a nice glass bowl. Delano chose his best bowl, a plastic bowl, out of what he have at home to do his final presentation. The soup was looking delicious, but when I look at the effort and everything that child put in, I said, God, you must bless this child, because he never complained to say, Miss, we don't have this or that. You could see Delano there fanning that fire and cooking his soup with joy, because he really, really wanted to achieve and to achieve well.
Rainwater we use to wash, cook and bathe. But like in a dry time rain not fall so often, we use the little rainwater we have to cook and we go a river for water, for wash and bathe.
Delano Tucker is a determined and dedicated student. I've known him for over 10 years. We went to the same primary school and we are in most classes at high school now. I know that he has to walk to school every morning, and with that, some of the time he's the first one here as a student on the compound and he's always early. He's also very hardworking and he's always eager to learn. Whenever other students would be in class talking, Delano would be seated in his book, focused and sharing information with others and trying to help other students reach to their goals.
He's a gem. He's an exceptional child because he's the only student out of all my students who are proud to be able to make their soup in his wood fire kitchen, smiling and happy because he knows that he wants to achieve everything in life.
When school they lock the online class, they really have it hard because we never have no resources or no device. So my mother come up here and talk to the principal, and the principal give her a go ahead so I could come up here and school lend me a device. But the device the school lend me was an old model tablet, so I could go on Google Meet. So I used to have to just read what the teacher and post in the classroom and hope say enough information there. So if we get exam I can pass. Then I get a newer model tablet to borrow and I could go up on Google Meet. But when we finally end up to go up on Google Meet, enough time can't hear what the teacher say because the connection bad. So enough time is like, Miss, what you say, Miss? Miss, you break up, Miss. And the teacher will be like, your internet there now. I say, Miss, I understand, Miss. You can record the meet so we can watch it later. And the teacher will record it and post it in the classroom. But sometimes, you don't have the internet to watch it. Sometimes the government they give go ahead for school and back, but they're glad. Because I do some learn more of them learn. Because enough time I need to understand what I go on online. Because majority of the time I need in the class because I get kicked out. So say that the teacher will teach something and I get kicked out and meet, and then I come back the teacher depends on something else. So because of that, learning online did hard.
So how you feel with all of this, Delano is still performing in school?
I can say he has learned how to pull through hard times. Sometimes it trouble him real bad, and another time is as if nothing is wrong.
Are you proud of Delano?
Very, very much. I'm proud of them both. I see him as a very responsible person, and in the next 5 years, he said, Mommy, if you're there at home and you want to leave from here, so go out a gate, just call me. And me drive you there. And me go make you eat 3 different meat one time. And he not go make you in need of anything because you take the best care of me and my sister.
There was a particular day we were slaughtering chickens on the school farm because his younger sister, she's coming to the school as well. And we were down there for very long, and apparently she couldn't see him, and she came down with a bag of crackers, and they stepped aside and I observed them, and she shared it with him, and they came back, and we finished late that evening. And so when I came up, I said, Delano, because he walks to school every day, but he's always early. I said, Delano, you're not going to walk home this evening. You're going to take taxi and go home now with your sister. He's such a beautiful child. I want Delano to continue to do well. And I know that with his determination, nothing is going to stop him because he's such an excellent student. And Delano, I'm telling you that if you continue on this path, you're going to be unstoppable. And I'm feeling proud because the future of our nation rests in a young man's hands like yours. And I applaud you.
I would like to thank my neighbor, Robbie, for giving us electricity. If we give electricity, we usually have to do what we have to do quick and work going. Because before that, we had to use kerosene lamp for studying, which is very hard. And for devices we have to charge them on the road. So I don't know how I would manage in online time, because by weekend devices are dead. So like online Saturday class, I would not be able to attend. You know, the connection we have to the outside world are on battery radio and battery dear. So enough time we don't hear nothing. And when I come to school, me and my friend them talk about what they hear on news. I say, really, that go on? But I don't make it bother me.
Alright, my name is Robert. I live across from the Tuckers. The family normally come over and watch TV and also to charge their phone. Sometimes I work out and sometimes I'm not coming back for about a week. Yeah man, so some of the time to tell the truth, I feel sorry for them because I know that them phone can't get charged anymore, you know. So I decide to give them some electricity that they can charge them phone and use bulb instead of the kerosene lamp anymore, you know.
Mommy, what role does Delano's father play in his life?
He's a very trying man, very trying. He tries his best to let them have what they want most of the times, because he's not working right now and he doesn't have the cash to give them what they want. A lot of times I'm brought to tears because I cannot provide for my children. And sometimes when they ask me for things, I just tell them, say, we will soon get it. And sometimes from somewhere out of nowhere, somebody call me and say, come for your package. Even the church help a lot. Sometimes they just call and say, come for your little thing.
And so at his C6 subject, Delano got all of his subjects. 1s, 2s, and 3s. For the agriculture, it's a double hour, so that's 2 subjects, Delano. You have 9 subjects in all. I continue to encourage you to do well. You're now in 6th form, and I know that you're going to do exceptionally well. You're such an excellent child, my son.
Upon completing 6th form, I would like to attend the College of Agriculture, Science and Education to further my studies to become an agricultural inspector, and I will gladly appreciate any help to fulfill this dream.